All right, Georgia, just tell me about that at bat in that sixth inning. Big moment in that game there to drive in the 2 runs and break through.
Yeah, definitely. We have to credit that pitcher. She threw a really good game, and she had us on our toes the entire time. And I had a couple of at bats before that one, and I just took something from each of them. And I came in there with the mindset to drive the ball, and that's what I ended up doing. I got a pitch that I could work with, and it worked out that way for me.
Just kind of describe the feeling when you hit that ball and got 2 runners home after having such a struggle the first 5 innings.
Honestly, a bit of relief. I think that, like I said, all credit to her. She threw a really, really great game. And but we've worked hard at practice and all sorts of things to put ourselves in a position that we can always battle back. And it doesn't matter what the score is. We will, get back in the game. So I was excited, a bit relieved, happy to finally, get some good barrel on the ball in the game after 2 at-bats that I wasn't super happy with.
Tell me about Alyssa. Obviously, she got that first hit of the game in that inning to start it off, and then Circe got on to set the table for you. As you're watching this, because obviously you're focusing on your at-bat, but you're seeing this unfold in front of you. What are you thinking? And just the clutchness of those 2 to set the table for you.
It's huge. It's massive. That momentum, seeing them get on base, kind of giving us a little bit of a pass the bat down the lineup thing. And for sure, they were the first girls to get hits on the night. So that was just massive momentum shift for us. And it took the pressure off my at-bat a little bit.
Your defense kept you in the game while you were struggling on offense a little bit. Just kind of take me through the defensive performance and what you liked about it.
G threw an awesome game. She kept us in it the whole time. They got on the board early and kind of, took that momentum at the beginning of the game, but G threw a gem, and to keep us within 1 run so that we can, have that offensive game at the end is really exciting. And we made some great plays defensively all around. And I definitely think that defense comes in, after you come off from an inning and you make some good plays, then offense becomes easier.
What do you take from this game moving forward? You're going to see a lot of great pitching coming up here soon moving forward. What lessons do you take? What message do you give it to some of the younger players having gone through this, struggling to find something through the first 5 innings, but then finding a way to break through there and still finding a way to get the win?
I think it's a good time to have this game early in the season. We know that we can battle back. It doesn't matter who we're playing against or, who they're throwing. We've done the work to put ourselves in a position that, 6th, 7th inning we'll still be battling. So I think the time of year is actually really good for us. And we can do that to anyone. It doesn't matter whether it's the 1st inning or the 6th or the 7th. We have offensive power that can put up 5 runs in an inning. So it was cool to see us kind of battle through that game and find a way to make an adjustment at the end.
A straight win for you guys, longest of the season so far. How close do you think you are to playing your best ball as a team?
I think we're close, but we're not there yet. We have the potential, if our entire lineup and our dugout and our, reserves and stuff all come together, I think we'll be a scary, scary lineup to face. So I'm excited to see that.
Last one from me. Talk about Jules and what you've seen from her and her growth. She got that walk in the 5th inning. It was your first base runner on that. Maybe gave you, kind of some things to look forward to as far as extra pitches and things. And then obviously you had the big hit after yours to kind of break the game open. But she's had some big hits herself. What have you seen from her?
Jules is a great hitter, very smart, disciplined hitter. And she definitely battles until she gets her pitch. And, she's just a sophomore. She's young, but I even look to her for – some things about her approach to the plate. She's just an awesome player. And I think that she's one of those ones that she's hitting well, but it's scary to think what she'll be able to do when she, hits her peak.
All right. Thanks, Georgia.
All right, go ahead and fire away.
Jules, good to talk to you. Take me through that 6th inning as your offense finally started clicking. And then, of course, you broke the game open with that 2 RBI hit.
It just really felt like we gelled together during that moment. And, we like to pass the bat, and that's really what we did. Just the energy and knowing that we have to, get some runs and, have a little cushion for a pitcher just to make her feel comfortable. It was exciting. It was just, it felt like 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 we got the momentum back in the game on our side, and it was just a really good feeling.
Well, you got walked in the inning before. Did that kind of give you guys confidence going into the sixth that you could really wake up on offense and put together a win?
Personally, yeah, it gave me a lot of confidence, and I know that my team, we can face any pitcher and do damage. So it's just really having at least one person get it going, and it fires us up to go up there and have intent. So
Tell me about G. You caught her. She was magnificent. Maybe throwing the best softball of her career to this point, and kept us in the game. Up until the offense got going in the sixth inning. Talk about her performance.
Her performance was amazing. She was really hitting her spots. Even though she may have missed a couple, she bounced back, and she didn't let anything really get to her. Even if we had runners on base, she was still staying strong and doing what she does, getting little ground balls for the infield or striking people out like she can. So she was awesome today.
Well, you've won 5 straight now. How close do you think you are to playing your best ball as a team?
Shoot. Sorry, can you repeat that again? Just sorry.
Yeah, no problem. How close do you think you are to playing your best softball as a team right now?
I feel like we're playing good right now, but we still have a lot of potential, and just working on a few things that we can do to have our game just be more crisp and just look a little tighter and neater. But I really believe that we still have a lot to do and be great. Like we did good. We've been doing good, but I know that we can do even better. So it's just working hard when nobody's watching and doing what we can. So.
Tell me a little bit about how you're feeling at the plate. You already surpassed your home runs for numbers from last season. A lot of your numbers are up. How do you feel overall at the plate right now?
Right now I feel comfortable. I feel like I'm getting back to myself and having my own routine. At first I felt like I was rushing a little bit when I was up there, but just slowing it down, really taking my time and not letting the game get ahead of myself. It really helps. And I've noticed a difference in my at-bats now than before. So.
Obviously, you've been catching. You've played the outfield before. You could play first. Just talk about the dynamics there, the versatility you bring there. Do you have a preference at all? Do you feel more comfortable? You've been catching a lot more this year than last year where you played mostly in the outfield. But just talk about that adjustment, if you will, playing when you're asked to one day maybe catch and maybe the next day you're asked to play in the outfield.
Yeah. Well, I've always been taught to, when I come into college or when I was younger, when I was told, hey, if your coaches need you to play anywhere, you be okay with it and be the first one out there, be taking reps and doing everything that you can to help your team. And right now, catching a lot more, I'm getting more comfortable behind the plate. Carissa's out right now, but I know that she's going to be coming back. So, just me doing everything I can to help the team is all I can really do. And playing the outfield, it's fun, but I do like catching. But wherever Coach Bear, Coach Kendrick, Coach Tiff, wherever they need me to go, I'll be there.
Well, and you've had good chemistry, and that'll be my last question. You've had good chemistry with the pitching staff. You've caught Aaliyah, you've caught Bree, you've caught G. So does that familiarity also make it easier, the fact that you're familiar with each other there and you have that kind of chemistry?
Yeah, just building that chemistry and that bond, and having the pitchers know that you have their backs and they can trust you with anything that they throw. It builds a relationship and it builds trust while they're out there. And I feel like when a pitcher is more comfortable with the catcher, they do a lot better. They're wanting to go on the inside pitch or wanting to throw their favorite pitch because they know that we got their backs. So yeah, just having that bond is really good to build.
Go ahead and fire away for Bear here.
All right, Coach, Unique game. Obviously, they threw their ace. Bennett was magnificent there, shut down the offense, but you find some answers in that sixth inning to get a win. Is that a type of game you need there? I know Georgia Blair said, we just talked to her. She said, we needed a game like that because it's not going to be smooth sailing every time when you're facing good pitching.
Oh, absolutely. And that was, as frustrating as it could have been as a coach, seeing us kind of take pitches that we needed to swing at and swing at pitches that we needed to take early on. We hadn't had that opportunity, and she's a great pitcher, like you said. She really kept us off balance, and you don't see I think that was Jada's first strikeout, and I've never seen Jada strike out back to back. So it takes a very, very good pitcher to do that. And I love how our little slappers came in and we got to see that part of our game really shine and kickstart it. So it was awesome for our team to have that and, come through on top.
Coach, kind of take me through before the sixth inning happened. What was the feeling like without being able to really score all that much?
There was a few frustrations because I thought we could have done a better job at picking the pitches that we wanted to hit and just, if we're going to go for it, go for it. And, we finally just said, look, if we're going to go down, let's go down hard and let's not guess. But really at the end, I realized how well Jules was hitting the ball and Denali saw the ball. So I thought lefties are a better matchup to her. And so we were going to go with Katie Burge and Elise Volpe, regardless of if they started off that inning or not. They were on deck ready to roll. So it worked out in our favor. Good time for Elise Volpe to come in and get her second hit of the season. But again, it's things we need to go through, and it shows you that you only need to be big in one inning to win games. That's what's awesome about our sport.
Well, have you mentioned in the past, because of the depth you have and the bench, how valuable it's like a weapon. It's an All-American bench, you've called it, and here you go. You call Alyssa's number, she delivers the hit, and then Kennedy, the freshman, gets on, sets the table for Georgia. I mean, without that, who knows? It's a totally different game, but that's the part of being the whole team, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. And we definitely talked about it. That was an All-American bench performance. We had a very loud out to right field with, I want to say, their leadoff hitter. And at first we're like, oh, is that going over? And then Denali catches it and our dugout just went crazy. And when that happened, I thought, here we go. This is Team 20. Here they are. And so that came from the dugout. And then the team just vibed with that and, stuck with it. So it's awesome to be able to do that. And, I think we laid down 2 or 3 bunts in that inning. Love that Jazz laid the bunt down in a situation where you think no way she's not going to do that and just pass the bat to the next person. So
G had another outstanding game today. Kind of take me through her performance and just the entire defense in general.
Yeah. Well, to be quite honest, outside of the drag bunt that kind of caught us off guard. And then, I think if G could take back one pitch, it would just be that pitch to the Kates in the first inning. Outside of that, she threw a phenomenal game. And again, Kennesaw State is a very good offensive team. They battle. And so loved what she did. She kept us in the game, and her ability to do that is why we still have that confidence of being able to have the 6th inning that we did.
She was tremendous, and Jules caught her. Jules, we've talked about her offense, but we haven't really talked about her catching. She's caught more and has done a very good job. Just talk about the versatility that she brings to you, because she could be a great receiver, but yet still provide the offense like she did in the 6th inning.
Yeah. She didn't get that many those opportunities last year behind the plate as much. And so just having that ability to do that, like you said, our diverse, I can't think of the word I'm looking for here. Versatility. Yes.
Versatility.
Our versatility of our team. But the girls have really bonded well with Jules, and G, when she's smiling and doing her thing on the mound, she shines, and she did that today. And Jules is a big part of it. She's she's a pitcher's catcher for sure. She likes her pitchers to feel good. She goes and talks to them. She's talking to them in between innings. And so it's not about her, it's about the pitcher. And I think that allows her to, be calm and easy at the plate as well. So I think it's a bonus either way.
When Georgia hit that double to finally put you guys on the board, she was very animated on the base. What was the feeling like for the rest of the dugout when that happened?
Yeah. Well, it's crazy because Georgia's such a sound player, and the team really looks up to her, and so it's kind of weird for her to get up in her first 2 at bats and maybe not do something. And I know the team's kind of like looking around like, okay, if Georgia did that, well, what am I doing? And the moment that happens, this team just decides to just pick up and go, like they follow her. So she has that passion, and they, again, but she also built off of that dugout from that loud out, like I said, in the top of the 6th. So she's one of our leaders, and I talk a lot about Kira Clarkowski, but Georgia Blair is one of those leaders as well.
You mentioned Jean, how she's throwing. Is this the best she's throwing since you've known her? Obviously, going back to the boys, I mean, she's been lights out pretty much the whole year for the most part. Is this the best you've seen her throw?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the most consistent. I can't think of many pitches where I want to say like, oh, what is she doing, right? So she has done an amazing job of putting herself in a position to be at her best, both physically and mentally. She trained really hard over the summer. She stayed in Orlando on her own, and worked out with a couple of the girls when she could. And so yes, I mean, just the numbers she's putting up, and even the opposing batting average, she's doing a great job with it. And what I love about it is a light really clicked on for her before that Fullerton game last year. We did a video session and we talked about why we throw the pitch. What's the purpose of the pitch? It's not just, okay, here's a curveball, but why the curveball, and what curveball do you want at that time? And she said, that was it for me. Now I understood where you want to pitch and why you throw it, and just, being smarter. And she's finesse. She's, and again, like I said, when she's smiling on the mound, the team follows her too. So it's fun to see her doing that. And I still think she's got more to come.
Last one for me, Coach. You're up to 5 straight wins now. How close do you think this team is to playing their best ball right now?
I think we're very good. And I still think, I believe, and the teams even said it, we haven't, because we didn't play our best in the first inning. We got caught off guard on things that don't normally happen. That's the first bunt that's been laid down on us, where we haven't really been prepared. And I bet you it won't happen again, because the girls have this little joke: if they get bunted on, they owe each other Chick-fil-A. So, and I might have to tell them that they owe Coach Chick-fil-A if it happens in an actual game. But yeah, I think, once we play all 7 innings, each out, and we're all dialed in, then I'm going to say we're playing our best ball. But our goal is to continue to keep getting better, and we want to play our best ball end of May, early June.